parents, today's video I'm going to talk about the benchmark for author's purpose. And in this benchmark, your child's going to be asked to identify the author's purpose and explain how the author develops that purpose using details. So there are three main purposes an author has when they're writing, like why are they writing? So the first is to persuade. That's when they're trying to get you to do something. The second is to inform. That's when the author is trying to teach you about something or tell you. And the third is to entertain you. So I'm going to give you an example of each of these types of texts and how you can identify what the author's purpose is in each one. So here I have a book called Eat Healthy, Feel Great. And this is an example of persuading. They're trying to encourage children to eat better. And I know this because they're encouraging you to act. So they're using words like, you need to do this. You need foods like this to make you grow stronger. Or they're using words like should. They're talking about foods that aren't very healthy and they're saying you should stop eating these foods. Or they're giving you kind of like a task to do, like be a label detective. Look at the labels of foods when you're reading it and find clues or look for chemicals you don't recognize the name of. These are all action steps that are being asked of you when somebody is trying to persuade you to do something. So if an author is trying to get you to do something, that's called persuade or persuasion. The next one that I'm going to talk about is a little bit more obvious. It's entertaining. So I chose this book called The Story of the Little Mole Who Went in Search of Whodunit. And this is a mole that has unfortunately had somebody go to the bathroom on their head and they want to figure out who has done this. Thank you, Granny. My mother bought this book for my children when they were little. It looks like in December of 2007. So this is supposed to be amusing, funny, full of action. For example, the pigeons flying by. We've got dialogue. The mole wants to know, did you do this to me? There's a lot of onomatopoeia in here. Splattery splash, a wet white blotch landed right beside little mole, splattering his white leg. So this is funny. It has action. It has dialogue. Now, don't be confused with entertaining as a subject you're interested in. Like, I love monarch butterflies. So if I'm reading an informational text about monarch butterflies, I'm going to be entertained because I love them. But that's not what the author's trying to do. They're informing. So entertaining has a lot of action and it's funny or it's enjoyable. You know, most of the fiction books we read are for the entertainment purposes. And the last one I chose has a little bit of all three. And I chose this one because sometimes your student is going to have to discern which one it is. They're going to have to weed out which is the main author purpose in this book, because sometimes the author might have a few different things going on. So this is called An Island Scrapbook. And when I first saw this book, my first year of teaching, and when I was like 26 years old, it persuaded me. I mean, I ran out and bought it. I wanted to go on vacation to this place, which I still haven't done, sadly. So it had a little bit of that element. It is a fictional story, so it does have entertaining. But the main purpose of this book is to inform. And we know this because there's all kinds of information. They're all like, while this author's telling the story of this barrier island in North Carolina, they're also talking about the tides. They're telling you about fiddler crabs. There are lots of pictures to identify things, a lot of text features, and like a list of things that happen and what causes damage to beaches. You know, a lot of information in here about how we can help our environment, what happens on this island as far as weather, animals, the plant life. This is an informational book. So that is its main purpose. It is inform, and we know that because it's teaching us all about this island. Okay, that is my video for today. And our secret special word for today is prom.